pleased to have on the Rich Eisen Show a good buddy, Scott Van Pelt. How are you, SVP?
I'm well, my brother. Thanks for having me in.
You bet. Who would you have voted for in the MVP for the NBA Finals, Scotty?
It waffled as I'm wont to do. I think in the final analysis, it's Steph. LeBron clearly shouldered an unreasonable amount of the burden for the Cavaliers because he was all they had. And I think it speaks to how much LeBron did that Iguodala gets so much praise for holding him to what? To holding him to those numbers? Mm-hmm. But so much of what anyone else got for Golden State was predicated on other things that Curry set up for them. They didn't really guard Iguodala because you don't at the moment. He can't shoot free throws. And offensively, he gets a lot of buckets in transition and gets a lot of wide-open looks because they're just not going to guard him. So I think ultimately Steph is – put it this way. If we had a draft, who goes first off the Golden State team? It's Steph, and that's the way I'd have gone. The fact that he didn't get one vote is a bit of an eyebrow raise for me.
I agree with you too, because the way I also look at it is not the way you talked about. If you draft somebody, I look at it as if you remove the player from the team, and also the intangibles. I have J.J. Watt on the show later on, and you being a professional broadcaster, that's not only a way for me to drop a name, but it's also a way for me to let the audience know who's still to come on this program. It's a tease also. It's a name drop and a tease, Scott. And
it's a reset. It's professional. It's professional radio.
Thank you,
what
Scott.
That is.
Thank you, Scott. I know you recognize it when you see it.
I do.
But the reason why I bring that up is J.J. Watt is the type of guy that when he makes a play, it electrifies the crowd in a way that nobody else on the Texans can. And that is what Steph Curry is to the Warriors. It's just that simple.
True. I've referred to the Warriors all season as basketball porn, and he's the star. He's the big, bright, shining star is what Steph Curry is.
He is that, but he plays in Northern California, not Van Nuys, Scott.
Well done. You know the geography far better than I.
You're leaving me on an island right there with that comment. It's okay. It's all right. Scott Van Pelt of ESPN joining me here. That's a reset here on the Rich Eisen Show. So the U.S. Open is starting, and you are that's where your roots are from Golf Channel. Where do you stand on Chambers Bay, Scott?
Not being there, I want to be fair. I want to be reasonable because you need to really see it to know. And I'm excited to watch the event. My fear is simply this, that the USGA is given a piece of property where there's no rain falling. And I saw a young lad, an amateur golfer from Georgia yesterday. Maybe you saw that vine. He was bouncing a golf ball down the fairway, dribbling it, and it was coming back waist high. Huh. So my fear is that the USGA, left to its own devices, will make this golf course just so impossible to play that it's impossible to play. And they'll forever act like oh, no, we want it to be a stern test. Oh, no, you want it to be preposterously difficult. And I can live with that year in and year out. I just can live with it when you're not disingenuous about what it is you wish to do, and that's protect par. So a number of players that I texted with this week, the best compliment I got was, it's not as bad as I heard it would be. So that's all I can give you. Then there are others that said it's a circus. So I'm fascinated to watch it, and I'm glad that the people in the Pacific Northwest got it. This has nothing to do with the golf course itself. My fear, again, is just strictly USGA based.
What if I had to choose somebody, say, from the top 15 players currently in the world rankings, just top 15? If I had to choose one to win, who would you choose?
Maybe a Fowler, just because I think he's got some imagination. It's going to require that. Patience is such a played-out word, but, it plays this week, man. It really does. And there's a certain sense that it just is a guy's time. He knocked on the door last year, won the Players this year. But it's such a flyer. Rich, I picked Spieth to win the Masters this year, and it's the first time in my professional life that I've picked a winner before an event. Let's think about it. Like before the Super Bowl, at least it's one of two, right? And you might miss that, and I did. Right. I had the wrong side there. Mm-hmm. So trying to pick one of $156 or whatever the number is, I always get confused. Each major's got a different number, but
sure.
It's such a you're wailing on a piñata. You're just swinging blindly, but a young man like Fowler, I think would be worth a shot.
Now, what if you had to choose two from, say, 16 to 50? What if you had to just choose two of those guys?
I smell a Calcutta.
From 16 to 50. What do you?
I smell a Calcutta that my man's got.
No. I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm just spitballing here, Scotty.
I understand. Where's Mickelson ranked currently?
Where is he ranked currently, Brockman? Do you have that? Do you have
I'm
that
trying
list?
to pull this up as we go. I'm trying to go
Rich,
roll
I
golf
do.
ranking on the fly so that I can help you try to win an obscene amount of money at your country club.
No. This is for pride, Scott. It's for pride.
I got you, Scott. Phil is 17th in the
Oh,
world
he's
golf
perfect,
rankings
right? He'd
now.
be perfect then to choose in that spot.
I think that'd be a guy you'd want to take a flyer on.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have? I'm great time for the phone to just get that spinning circle.
No problem. It's okay. No. And if I had to just choose just three from 51 plus, just give me one name from. I don't need three, but if I did need three, what about from 51 plus, Scott? What about from that?
Again, I'm doing my level best right now to
Sure.
get this because the rankings change week to week.
Sure.
And it's hard to know.
Yeah.
Where is my man Tongjai Jaidi? What ranking is he?
Brockman,
I'm
you got
pull him up. Don't take him.
Okay.
I'm going to find somebody between 50 and 100 before we're done.
You got Duffner in there.
Okay. You got Duffner.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Wait. This is scintillating radio as Van Pelt pulls up rankings on his phone.
It's great, Scott. Are you kidding me?
You need between what, 50 and
51, 51 plus. Yeah, just
Duffner. Yeah, maybe take a shot with him.
Okay.
There's my guy Jai D. He's in. At least he was in the top.
How is he your guy? Why do you mean he's your guy, Scott?
He's over 600.
You kicking it with him on the Mid-Atlantic shores during the summer?
His name is Tongjai Jaidi, and it's fun to say,
Okay.
and he's a wonderful man from parts unknown.
Okay.
So it's a global game, Rich.
It is that, Scott. You're right.
I got nothing, man. Excuse me. Tongjai's 33rd in the world. Pardon me.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Pardon me.
That's in a
He's
different
ringer.
category.
Listen. It's a complete crapshoot.
I know. Certainly when you take a look at this course, I got Scott Van Pelt right here on the Rich Eisen Show. I know you're up against it, as they say in the business. Before I let you go, when does the new Sports Center that you're soloing start, Scott?
It'll be Labor Day, and that means we have the summer to kind of come up with a game plan, and the best guest I can give to what it will be. And you're a guy that certainly understands the lay of the land and what the show is and could be. It's Sports Center. You know, I'm not gonna. You can't try to do a late night show. People have said that. I'm not gonna have a house band and a couch, and we're not gonna have people on talking about their film.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the day in sports is the day in sports. But the hope, and you again can relate to this in a way few can, is that doing TV kind of boxes you in. Radio provides all this landscape
Sure.
to wander. And I kept saying, look, I don't want to do this because I like radio too much. And they said, well, what if you brought some of that to TV? And I thought, well, if you're going to empower me to to do that, if that's my charge, then great. So the hope is that, maybe what Olbermann showed us that was we could do, which was to have some opinion and some thought. I'm not going to try to take a stab at an 8-minute opening monologue because I can't do that as well as Keith. So
he's the only one. He's the only one who can do it, Scott. So don't
Correct.
do it.
So you wouldn't open up an Italian restaurant next to the best Italian in town. But you try to do what you do. So I think that means I'm going to make grilled cheese.
Scintillating television.
Make grilled cheese, and we're just going to see what we come up with.
Make grilled cheese, sure.
Ultimately, Midnight Eastern, you'll have the whole day of what happened in sports. Try to react to it. Try to get ahead of what people will be talking about the next day. And again, it starts in September, Labor Day, and then we'll see if we make it to Halloween to be a good milepost.
You will, Scott. It's going to be great. You're going to be great at it. When I first heard about it, I sent you a text, and as you know, I'm like, you deserve it. You really do. You're going to be great.
The cool thing, and just transparency is the word of the day. The cool thing about the relationship that you and I have is that we, from afar, I think are, I wouldn't say cheerleaders, but just fans and friends of one another. And I was thrilled for you when things worked out as they did, and you've been kind in reverse. And I don't know, man. It's a silly business with nonsense and ego, and thankfully there's not a ton of that with us. There's just enough. There's just enough.
It's just enough.
But seriously, I value the the ear that you lend, and hopefully I can offer that from time to time as well.
You got it. Take care of yourself, Scott. Thanks for calling in.
See you, Rich.
Chat soon. That's Scott Van Pelt, the worldwide leader in sports, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.